Where's Terrell? Where's Terrell? I can't find him. By viewer request, we are going to do a what's in the bag of me, a not professional disc golfer at all. So if you are unfamiliar with disc golf, the professionals do this thing called a what's in the bag, where they go through their bag, they talk about what they throw, why they throw it, etc., etc. So I was going to do the same. That is actually a really cool idea. Even though I'm not a professional, y'all probably don't care what I throw, but maybe you do, because it's kind of interesting to know what other disc golfers throw. So I would like to start off with the bag that I'm currently using. It is this basic one from Innova. I have no clue what model bag it is, but I have been using this one because it's lightweight and it holds enough discs. I don't carry a whole bunch of them. It is lighter than my Ranger bag, which I got the full kit Ranger bag with, it's got the water bag in it and the plastic bottom, and the bag by itself weighs like 10 pounds, it seems. So it's a lot lighter to carry them all in this bag. I also have a Zuka cart, and the Zuka cart itself is lighter than my Ranger bag, even though it's a complete cart. But going through courses like Harmony Bends, which you can look up online, it has a lot of water crossings. It is miles of walking. It is not easy to have a cart on that. There's a lot of ups and downs. It is so steep that some portions you literally have to push the cart ahead of you, because if you pull it, it'll make you slip. It's a kind of crazy course in a lot of ways. So I've been using this because I mostly play Harmony Bends. It's closer to my house. I love the big course. As simple as that. I don't really like small courses. Once you get used to Harmony Bends and you're like, it's a 1,000-foot hole, this is gonna be fun, and you go to a course that's mostly like 150 to 200-foot holes, it's like, okay, I'm gonna throw my putter the entire round, which is kind of cool, I guess. But all right, let's get to it. Let's just get to it. First and foremost, a Zephyr, an Innova Zephyr. You probably won't see this in many bags. It is a dinner plate. It is so big that regular putters will fit inside. Just look at that size difference on the Zephyr. It's a big, floaty, flippy disc. This is perfect for any straight shots, any downhill slow shots, any, no wind. It is terrible for wind. But there are so many shots where I have, I just need to get down a narrow corridor. It needs to go straight, and I don't want it to fade at the end. This will do it. Or if you want, let's say, a 200-foot shot to take 30 seconds to get to the basket, this is the one to do it. So there's a lot of times when I use this for up shots, 50 feet, 100 feet up shots or so, and it works out really well. And when it hits the ground, it doesn't, it just sticks. It's so freaking big. So very non-traditional disc golf. It is a disc, licensed for disc golf or whatever, approved by the PDGA. But you won't find a lot of people throwing this dinner plate. But I do. I love it. There's a lot of holes at Harmony Bends, actually, where I end up using it. So there's that. My putter. This one, I typically don't use off the tee pads. I typically will have a second putter if I need to huck off a tee pad. But just a G-Star Aviar, I like about a 168. I believe this one is a 168. Sometimes I'll throw 175s if it's like a windy day, but let's see. I can't quite read that. I'm pretty sure it's a 168. All my orange ones are 168s, and I got a bunch of whites that are 175s. But I like this for putt and approach, just kind of a classic disc. It does not have a bead. I do not really like beaded discs. I don't got big hands, so I don't need that extra little lip on the grip. So there we go, G-Star Aviar. I kind of like the orange. Let's try to do this in some sort of order, I guess. All right, I got a habit that I don't throw the habit. It shouldn't even be in my bag. All right, the next fastest disc, the Ohm. This is a super stable, essentially a putter. They call it a putt and approach. Speed 2, 5 glide, 0 turn, and 1 on the fade. This guy, it's 175 grams. I can sidearm it, and as long as I don't turn it over with the follow through, this guy will go straight. I can put some stink on this disc and it will not turn over as long as I don't turn it over during my throw. So if I have like a 250-foot shot and I want to throw a sidearm, this is probably going to be the disc. Or if I have an up shot where I want it to fade really hard, then this is going to be the disc. If I am driving with a putter off of the tee pad, generally I will grab this because I can put a lot of torque on it and it will not turn over. Especially after I broke my leg. I lost a lot of my backhand arm speed. So this guy is just a really good, if it's windy or something like that. I'll even putt with it if it's really windy and it's 50 feet out or something like that, because the regular Aviar, boy, catch a little bit of wind on it, it turns over and it just keeps going. So good to have in the bag. The Ohm. All right, Star Mako, Innova Mako 3. This is my underhand sidearm disc. Sometimes I'll backhand. If I want a pretty straight shot, I will backhand this guy. It's a speed 5, so still pretty slow disc. But if I have a long drive, well, not super long, maybe 250, 300 foot sidearm that I don't want to go past the basket, I will throw this guy. But it's got to be a really low throw because it turns up a whole bunch. It is completely the opposite of how the Ohm flies. It just turns and turns and turns, but you throw it low enough with a sidearm and it'll turn up and just kind of go straight. I do like this disc a lot, but it is super flippy, and as that has gotten beaten more, even though it's rated as a 0-0, it's a flippy disc. It is a flippy disc, and oh boy, it looks like it may have got bent in my bag over the winter time, so maybe that's why it's getting really flippy. Need to be more careful about the discs. Next, speed up, the Signal from MVP. This is a speed 6 disc, 5 glide, -3. It's really flippy, but I mean, it's compared to the Mako, it's really not much more flippy than the Mako, honestly. So maybe that shows you how beaten my Mako is. But this guy is, it's kind of hard to sidearm it, but for a backhand, I really like this. It is more, it's more stable than the Mako, but it flies further. It's just that weird, like in between fairway driver sort of disc. They call it a fairway driver. Hey, that makes sense. And it is also bowed. What did I do to my discs? I'm gonna have to put these guys in the oven or in a hot car to get them to bend back. That's sad. Don't leave your discs in a hot car, guys. That's yeah, gonna have to take care of all that. All right, so I use this one quite a lot whenever I've got upshots, essentially. That is what I pull out of the bag. Next, speed up, we have the Katana. This is my backhand, and I don't quite have the arm speed to really flip this up like I used to. Pre-broken leg, I could turn this sucker up real good. I was throwing about 380 or so, 380 feet with this before I hurt myself. Now I'm back down to about 300. I still will use this on a drive if it's a backhand drive, just because it does fly further than the other disc, being a speed 13 disc. Love these katanas. I like flat tops. I like about 170 gram or whatever. I typically go with 170, 168 gram if I can find them, just because I don't got a lot of arm speed. I think I'm throwing like 36 mile an hour backhand right now. And the lighter the disc, the lower the speed needs to be before it gets onto plane, essentially, and flies like it wants to fly. But love these katanas. That's basically been my backhand distance driver for a long time. Champion Shrike. This one is, it's essentially like a little bit more stable katana. It's also speed 13. It is a 6 on the glide instead of a 5. So it's a little bit, get a little bit further out of it. But these are, I found the Shrikes to be just as flippy as the katana for some reason, especially in a star or a G-star, which probably got some spares up there. But this one is a champion. Why would I choose a champion? Because I like to throw this one sidearm. This is my sidearm flippy disc. So if I need to get down an alleyway that kind of makes a dog leg through it, this is what I'm gonna throw. Or if I wanna get a sidearm that really goes far out there, if I wanna get, I guess my sidearms are probably like 330 feet or so with this disc easily, then this is what I choose. This is my slightly flippy sidearm disc. Really like this one. I've got a couple spares. The Star and the G-Star Shrikes, I didn't like them. I ended up just sticking with the katana. I guess the way that fits in my hand, it just feels better. So I do like this for sidearm though. Champion Shrike. And is it bent as well? Are all my discs just screwed up? They might be at this point. And last but not least, a Dynamic Disc Enforcer. This was, I've had this disc since I started playing, pretty much. This one's 171 gram, really just a meat hook of a disc. I forget what plastic this is. This is their, more star-like plastic. I have beaten this one in enough that it has a little bit of flip to it. My sidearms, if I want a sidearm that's going to fade, not flip over, if there's a wind, if I want to skip out of the sidearm, my only ace is with this disc as well. Sidearm, it was about a 300 feet drive, just right into the chains, didn't use a skip or anything. I love the Enforcer for sidearms, just a good all-around stable disc. It would be equivalent to, let's say, a Boss that is not beat in, or something like a, what's the next in the Innova? Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is like a beefier Boss, essentially, not as flippy. But this one is nice and beat in. I also have, let's see, I think it's right here, my backup. Yeah. So here's my backup Enforcer. This one's 175 gram. It hooks really fast. So if I need something that's going to skip and go right really, really hard, then I'm going to choose this one. Also my roller, my sidearm roller, this is a good one on there. Maybe I'll put that back. I'm going to put this one back in the bag. I used to carry 2 Enforcers for a long time and I stopped for a while, but this one, it just rolls straight. And I'm more of a roll guy that I sidearm roll or overhand or whatever you want to call it, and I don't want the disc to turn up and then start turning over on me. I want it to go straight, and I want it to finish straight and essentially just peter out and fall over. So sidearm or overhand style, more stable discs do the job good. And I've actually been rolling this one a lot lately as well, just because I haven't had my second one in the bag. But I'm gonna trade out that other disc that I don't even throw, the Habit. I've tried, not for me, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna bag a double on the Enforcer. So I hope that informed you on what I throw. Let me know in the comments what you throw. Maybe what is your favorite distance driver? What do you like for high speed? That is a fairly polarizing subject. For backhand, it's going to be the Katana. For sidearm, it's going to be a champion Shrike for me. So there we go. Hope you like that. And if you do have any more questions, of course, you can leave them down below. I'll do my best to get to it. But otherwise, well, hopefully I'll get to a round here soon. But, you know, the days, they come and go. And we have fun when we can get to it. So as always, I thank you for tuning in. Have a good day.